Hi there, my name is Grant Catanzaro and I am a PTA student attending Bryant and Stratton's PTA program in their Orchard Park location here in Buffalo, New York, and today I'm going to be discussing low back pain. According to the World Health Organization, low back pain is the single leading cause of disability worldwide and the condition for which the greatest number of people may benefit from rehabilitation. And according to a study from 2021 on the global burden of disease, up to 13% of North Americans are suffering from low back pain at any given time. Now recently I completed an assignment in which I studied the latest research on the best types of exercises to decrease the pain and functional disability associated with low back pain. And across all of that research, core strengthening exercises seemed to have the greatest impact on lessening symptoms. So in light of that information, I decided to create this short tutorial on some core exercises used in PT in the hopes that it may help one of you watching this video. These exercises selected are intended for you to be able to perform them with little or no equipment, so you should be able to perform them almost anywhere. It's also important to note that these exercises may not work for everyone and should only be performed if you have been cleared for exercise by a licensed physician or PT. Let's get started. So the first exercise we're going to be discussing today is the glute bridge. Now, some people may not think of the glutes as a core muscle, but they are very important for stabilizing the pelvis as you walk, as well as stabilizing the lower spine through any hip extension movements. So the starting position for this, get on your back, and then you move into what we call hook line, in which you bring your heels up as close as you can to your butt. And then you want to squeeze your glutes and your core at the same time. You extend your hips, like so. And then slowly go back down. And if that is too difficult for you, you can regress it by just squeezing the hips and getting a little bit of hip extension, whatever you can handle, and then back down. Now, I recommend going for 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps, 3 to 4 times a week. The most important thing is somewhere between 8 to 12 reps, you should be going close to failure. And what I mean by that is that last rep should be pretty hard. So if you notice, you're getting a set of 15 or 3 sets of 20, then you need to progress the movement. And I recommend either adding a band around the knees, right above the knees here, or you can hold a weight here as you extend the hip, and that is going to progress the movement, make it a little bit harder for you. The next exercise we're going to discuss is the plank. The starting position for this movement is forearms and elbows on the ground, as well as your toes. And you're simply going to extend everything until you maintain a proper spinal alignment. The important thing here is that your hips are not dropping, your hips are not up, similar with your shoulders. They're not protracted or retracted. Nice spinal alignment. And you're shooting for 60 seconds. You can break that up into 4 chunks of 15 seconds, 2 chunks of 30 seconds. You can also regress the movement if it's too difficult for you. You simply get on your knees instead and maintain that proper spinal alignment with your upper body. And then you can move your knees back until you get into that true plank position. Again, I recommend doing this for 60 seconds, 3 to 4 times a week. The next exercise we're going to be discussing is the side plank. For this position, you want to be on your side, forearm, elbow on the ground. Elbow should be in line with the shoulder. You want to have your knees flexed, bent, and then your feet back, and you should have a straight line here. And then you are going to extend your hips until you have a straight line. If this is too easy for you, you can do a true side plank in which you extend the knees, you have one foot in front of the other, and then you extend. You're shooting for 60 seconds. Again, you can break that up, and don't forget to do both sides. With this exercise, you want to do this 3 to 4 times a week for that 60 seconds. The last exercise we're going to be discussing today is the bird dog. The starting position for this exercise is quadruped, or up on all fours. With this, your knee should be directly underneath your hips, your fingers should be facing forward, and your hand should be directly underneath your shoulders. You want to maintain a neutral spine, so you don't want to be sagging either way. And then you're going to lift one leg and one arm at the same time. And then the other. Some common mistakes is a drop in the hip either way, or a drop in the arm. So be on the lookout for that. Should maintain basically a shelf on your back. To regress this, you can simply lift one leg, one arm, and then you can move in to the true bird dog position. For this exercise, we're shooting for 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps on each side, 3 to 4 times a week. So there are a few exercises that you can do at home, at work, anywhere that's going to help you out with your core strength, and hopefully that helps somebody out there that is dealing with some low back pain. It's not going to happen overnight, but again, I recommend 3 to 4 times a week with the rep ranges discussed in those segments of the video. If you would like any additional information on the research articles that I used for this video, you can find them on the screen right now. And if you have any interest in physical therapy as a career and you happen to live in the Buffalo, New York area, I highly recommend Bryant Stratton's PTA program. It's second to none, and the information can be found on screen right here. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day.